more humble.
So it's crazy.
I feel like the internet.
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets. We building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing. And right now, we have a person that I've been knowing for a long time without even knowing. I have been knowing them for as long as I have. Man, we got MELVIN Hodges. Man, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing absolutely amazing.
Man.
Amazing. Thanks for having me.
Man, no problem, bro. You definitely was somebody I've been wanting to bring on here for a while now. You know, we have had multiple conversations, very genuine, down-to-earth type of conversations, and I felt like it would be, you know, the right thing to capture those conversations. Man, so, you know, just going into this conversation, you know, I don't want to take my time with this question, but so when it comes to life insurance policies, what made you step into the realm of becoming a financial professional?
Well, at first it was just I was just dissatisfied in the field that I was actually in when I ran across my mentor. And once he explained to me the opportunity to actually transition into the financial services industry, at first I was a little concerned because growing up, I've never even met an insurance agent. I've never had anybody that I was familiar with say, hey, this is what I'm doing, whoop, whoop, whoop. So I didn't know anything about it. And especially when you're dealing with the Black community, it's kind of taboo to talk about life insurance, you know, and especially a lot of Black people are uneducated when it comes to having life insurance. And so, again, I was just it was one of those unfamiliar territories for me. But I got to tell you, just the information that I've been learning, the things I've been able to help families with by way of educating them on the many benefits of life insurance and protecting their families, it's been an absolutely amazing journey for me.
Man, so I think it's very difficult with getting, you know, and I'm speaking about the Black community, you know, I think it's very difficult trying to get them to see the importance of life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, we get life insurance for the death benefit, but I don't really think they see the full potential or the true power that a life insurance policy can unlock. So do you run into difficulties when it comes to them? Maybe you explaining a particular product, but do you find it difficult trying to get them to see the true value of these policies?
Absolutely. And the reason for that is because, again, when we're talking about life insurance, what's attached to that? Death. Somebody's dying. And so when you talk to someone about life insurance, especially people, you know, come from our community, they be like, oh, if I get life insurance, somebody gonna try to kill me or something like that. Or I'm not close to dying. Why do I need life insurance right now? But the truth is, life insurance is much more than a death benefit. It's actually something that can actually create generational wealth for you. And so when we think about the different races of people and the way people set themselves up in their families, generations down the line, life insurance is somewhere in there always. And so what our community need to come to understand, not only is it a very selfless thing to protect your family, but it's something that can actually help you as you begin to, let's say, get older and you begin to incur illnesses and things like that. It's not just something that benefits someone else when you die. It's actually something that can allow you to be able to access the cash value inside of a life insurance policy and be able to use that to supplement long-term care, perhaps create an income stream for you, be able to pick up and continue the things that you can no longer do in your time of need. Life insurance is a lot. It can even create college funding for kids, you know? And so it's a lot of benefits to it. And I think that the community needs that education.
See, I think, you know, I think a lot of problem with life insurance producers as well is that a lot of them focus on the commission part of it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they are focused on is getting paid from it. And they may tell them exactly how powerful a particular product is, but they won't necessarily show them or guide them how to structure it the proper way. Because it is a certain way you have to structure these policies in order to unlock the true power of it. I came across a story of it was a couple. I can't remember how many kids they had, right? But it was the man, you know, her husband. He took it upon himself to get a life insurance policy for his family, right? But his wife happened to be one of those individuals that felt, well, we're healthy. You're a healthy guy. I'm healthy. Our daughter's healthy. We don't have the money to spend on a life insurance policy. We don't have the room for it. Right? So because he did not want to hear her mouth and continue to hear her nag, he decided to cancel the policy. Well, what happened is that he went hunting one day, right? And it was another hunter out there that mistook him as an animal and ended up shooting it and killing him, right? So that was something that was unexpected, that happened unexpectedly. Well, what happened is that because they no longer had that life insurance policy, her and their child was forced to move with her mother because they could no longer afford the lifestyle that they were living prior to him passing away, right? So anytime you have a husband or a man in a household that feels like it's necessary to get a life insurance policy, which it is, you have to allow him to make that move without questioning the move that he made, because it could save you in the long run.
Absolutely, absolutely. And these types of incidents we hear all the time, so frequently, people actually rejecting life insurance because maybe they feel like they're in a point in their life where they're making a nice amount of income. They don't need it. Young doctor, young physician, very wealthy doctor, wife, 2 kids, very successful, and ended up rejecting a life insurance policy from the agent. And, you know, the Lamborghinis outside, big old mansion and things like that. And so something happens really like a few months later where this doctor actually killed over in his garage, you know, and they don't know what happened, how it happened. But now here starts the spiral events downwardly. The wife had to come up out of the mansion. The Lamborghinis was repoed. And as a result, her and the kids are homeless within a few months, you know? And so it's crazy because it doesn't matter how successful you are, you always want to have a contingency plan set in place. And so you don't have to be a millionaire to have a life insurance policy. There's life insurance quotes that are available. It doesn't matter what type of income you have. Now, the beauty of and the wonder of actually having life insurance when you really need it is very important, because you think about it, as we're younger, yeah, we may be fit and healthy, but what happens is we start getting up there in age, let's say 40, 50 years old. And unfortunately, I wouldn't even just say people in our community, it don't matter what race you are, people are starting to incur illnesses at a young age than previously. And so, you know, I see people around here and I'm like crazy because people are so young, but they have so many health illnesses that makes them uninsurable. So the best time to get life insurance is when you don't need it, because the most important thing, which is life insurance, you can't get when you need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got cancer, you got diabetes, and you got all these types of things, people having strokes, and now you're uninsurable, you know? It's so important, man, to just be able to educate people. And, man, you want to definitely make sure that you're able to make someone feel comfortable when you're talking to them about it, because it's kind of like a touchy situation.
It is.
You know, it is, but it's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, it's man, it's one of those conversations that needs to be included with every financial plan. And I think, you know, the biggest issue is that there are a lot of short-term thinkers. You know, a lot of people not thinking long-term. You know, they not thinking about the damage that it's going to cause their people, you know, because they didn't have something in place, because they didn't have something that should have been there while they were still here, you know, because if something happens to you, it falls on your people to figure out how to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's important for us to think about how, you know, if something was to happen to us, we have to make it as easy as possible for the people we care about, you know, because don't nobody want to be out here, you know, selling a link or having to spend all they link to be able to, you know, make fish dinners and chicken dinners to be able to sell, to be able to give you a proper burial. You know, we have to be able to think about that stuff.
And again, we see it way too often. That's exactly what's happening. People, when you don't have the right things set in place for you and your family moving forward, when you lose a bread earner or anything of the such, then that's what got to happen.
You know what? I wanna throw this in there while it's still on my mental, man. So another thing life insurance would do is, because we see it all the time, is that we see these type of situations ruin relationships. It ruins a family in a way. It really it damages relationships in a permanent way, right? When somebody passes away, right? I feel like life insurance will create equal opportunities for whether it's a sister or brother. Everybody will have an equal opportunity with a life insurance policies, right? When these type of things are not thought about or set in place prior to something happening to you, it could potentially ruin the relationships between the people that you care about.
Absolutely. And then you think about it, like you spoke on it, the hardship that a family feels and the different type of emotions that not only the parents but the siblings have to go through after losing someone. It can be it's crazy. It could definitely bring turmoil into a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, and so how can someone be able to pick up the broken pieces if you don't provide them an outlet to be able to do so? And life insurance is actually something that can help to be able to pick up the broken pieces. It's not going to bring your loved one back. We know that.
Yeah.
But to be able to give your kids a springboard so that they're able to, you know, go on and not have to live a life of, you know, whatever as a result of your absence is very key. And so when I'm sitting down with families and figuring out their insurable need, I like to base it on the age of the youngest child. Youngest child, 3 years old, how much income or, you know, how much money would it take for this child to be taken care of? Let's say to about 21, 22 years old. You know, education is important. To feed a kid nowadays for a year is expensive.
Yeah, very
and
expensive.
so if we just talking about, let's say, a wife, you know, going to work, trying to do for her 2 kids because she lost her husband and all of that, you get to alleviate a whole lot of that by putting the proper things in place beforehand. And the truth is, if nothing ever happens to you, then great. We don't want nothing to happen to you, but it's scriptural. You know, time and unexpected events overtake us all. And so you just never know when this just may be your last day leaving home.
Yeah.
So why not have the proper things set in place for your family to be able to carry on in case something did happen, you know?
It's better to be prepared than not be prepared. You know, that's how we have to start looking at that. So when it comes to your family, is it difficult trying to give them this valuable information?
Well, here, you know, this is another scriptural thought. A prophet is less received in his own home, you know? And so when you go to your family and friends and, you know, your people that you close with or got close relationships with, it can be tough. It can be tough, but still it's a conversation that needs to be had. So no matter how tough it is, you never give up on them. You want them to be able to realize the value and the importance of taking care in case of the unexpected. And so, but yes, to answer your question, I've experienced a little pushback. Especially with your family. And I think that's normal. You're going to get that because, again, just growing up how we grew up, you just don't feel the need for life insurance. But like I said, life insurance is the only insurance you can't get when you need it.
Facts.
You get me? And so don't wait till you get sick. Don't wait till you had a stroke. Now you trying to get life insurance. It's not gonna work. But go get in a car accident. Now you can go get you some insurance. Get pulled over, you can get you some insurance. You lose your phone, get you another phone, get you insurance on it. Get sick, try to get some life insurance. It's not gonna happen.
Man, one thing I have an issue with, man, is I noticed that, and this is going back to the family. I noticed that sometimes your family, it's easier for them to go to somebody that they're not related to, before it is coming to somebody that they are related to. Even though you have all the information they need, they would rather sit here and go to somebody that they don't know before they come to you. And I'm not really sure the reason behind that. But it become a problem for me. And obviously it's something that I can't control. But it is something that I will, I guess, continue to have to go after and approach in a way, you know, because especially in, you know, whether we're talking about my little brothers, my mother, you know, because I have experienced times where she may go to somebody else, even though she knows she got a son that knows all of this. It's easier for her to just go to somebody else to try to figure it out on her own instead of just coming to me asking for guidance, you know. And I don't know, maybe that's because she figures she the mother and she don't need to, but you know, it's something that I'm gonna have to continue to go after, because one thing I don't want to happen, if something to happen to my mom and then we're put in a situation to where we have to figure out how to arrange everything when she could, you know, just do it while she's able to.
Right, absolutely. And again, it goes back to what I just mentioned earlier. A prophet is less received in his own home. You know, trying to talk to your people, they know you, and it's still kind of hard to get them to trust you in that area because they know you, and they figure, you know what? Yeah, he knows a little bit about it, but let me go over here with the people that really know about it. When truthfully, you have their best interest at heart,
and they
go to somebody that's just seeking a commission. When you really be like, listen, Mom, this right here is gonna go put you right. Let me go here and get you right. I know what I'm doing. I know that much. You know what I mean? And so it's just one of those things. But like I said, you can't give up. You got to keep pushing because the mission is bigger than a commission. You know, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself, protecting your family. And again, there's so many different benefits with life insurance. And so I like to tell people all the time, there's 3 things that you always want to have protected. You want to have your life protected, you want to have your health protected, and you want to have your money protected. And life insurance can take care of all 3 of those.
And the thing about life insurance, man, this is actually the only financial vehicle that you can think of that offers 4 elements that a lot of financial vehicles don't offer, right? So you have safety is one of them, liquidity, a predictable rate of return, and then there's a tax advantage. There's no other financial vehicle that offers all 4 of those elements, which makes it another reason to tap into the life insurance policies. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes, I mean, is that how you look at it when you talk about life insurance policies? Is those 4 elements? I'm not really sure your view on it. But.
Well, it's so many different benefits to life insurance, but you touched on some important ones. Safety. When people are thinking about the ideal retirement vehicle, they tend to think about things where their money or their funds is actually tied directly to the market. And so if we're talking about retirement, you know, when it comes to having your money tied into the market, then what happens when the market declines? Then that's your retirement declining. So why wouldn't you want to feel safer by putting your money into something where you get to experience no losses? Because again, we're talking about retirement. Now, in your younger years, you could take the risk of, you know, losing a little bit and, you know, having a little time to actually gain back those losses. But when you're getting older and you're approaching your retirement, let's say your horizon's 10 years down the road, you don't have time to be making up for losses. And so you want to put your money into safe vehicles that can actually yield you a nice rate of return and also be able to provide that comfortable cushion for you.
Yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact. We we can go deep on this topic. You know what I'm saying? This I feel, you know, this is definitely needed for another video, man, because it's a lot of different topics we could touch base and different benefits that life insurance policy has to offer, and it's very important for the people that choose to watch this content to know these. You know what I'm saying? Because they may not have individuals in their life that has the knowledge necessary to be able to teach them about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Melvin, man, appreciate you for sliding, bro.
My man, I appreciate you for having me.
Man, that's you stay coming through with the suits too, man. You stay coming through with the suits,
man. I'm trying to get like you. They see you in a t-shirt right now, but you be pretty saucy,
man. Only if Francisco let me put my jewelry on, man, I'll be even better, man. But
right.
Man, appreciate you for sliding to the Think Successfully room, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever we got the time, we definitely gotta make another section of this, you know, but for the most part, man, appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go ahead and close this out, y'all. Life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. Yeah.